Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm your host, Ross Benjamin. As always, I'm joined by my buddy, my professional sports handicapping cohort, that handsome gentleman on the other side, Mr. ChipAlwaysWins.com. Chipper, how you doing, buddy?
I only wish.
How's everything going, Chipper?
Not bad, though. I don't win all the time, but I am on a pretty good streak right now in the NCAA. You're aware of it. Hitting my last 7 releases and going 4-1 with my top megabuck winners. So I'm really looking forward to the weekend, Ross. There's big games and big money on the line.
And once again, we're talking to Chip Chirimbes of ChipWins.com. Chip has hit 7 straight NCAA basketball picks in a row, folks. You want to check him out at ChipWins.com. Chipper, we got an interesting card coming up. We're covering the Sunday Sweet 16 games, by the way. Again, folks, we're taping on Friday the 26th, and these lines are subject to change depending on when you view the video. Chipper, let's take a look at 2 games that we're not using as our free picks. Right. Florida State and Michigan. This one has all the earmarks of a real dandy. And I'm starting to wonder a little bit, Chip, is this the game where Michigan, being without their leading scorer, catches up to them a bit? Because Florida State can match them athletically, defensively, and lengthwise. So your thoughts?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, these are 2 most athletic teams, or 2 more of the most athletic teams that are out there in the tournament. And, Florida State can surprise you. They can rebound, and they certainly can play defense. Michigan's been great. We're great for the entire season until like they lost their top player. And since then, it's been touch and go with them. They rebounded a little bit here in the tournament. I'm still up in the air about this one, Ross. I'm waiting for some late information before I do anything with this game. It's close to a pick 'em, isn't it? I think
Michigan is -2. And I was going to ask you that because me and you have had these conversations over the last few months. Yeah. You have a number 1 seed in Michigan as just a 2-point chalk against, if you want to call them a chalk, 2-point favorite. Let's put it that way, against Florida State. Does that line speak volumes to you? Or do you think that adjustment was made just? Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to step in on it. I think maybe it's caught up to Michigan, and Florida State, of course, very disappointing, losing to Georgia Tech. Well, not to the Yellow Jacket backers, which we were at the time, but they're not supposed to lose to Georgia Tech in the ACC. So
that's the thing that bothers me about Florida State, Chip, is their inconsistencies. They look like the best team in the nation one time, and then they'll lose to somebody they should beat handily.
They have improved under Leonard Hamilton, and I didn't realize how long he's actually been there. It's close to 20 years now, and they're progressively getting better every season, and maybe this is the season they get over the hump. Michigan, I was telling people, they were worth a shot at 4-1 or 6-1 before, they lose their best commodity. I really thought they had a decent chance. Strong inside game, powerful game, and now it's a whole different story because they don't have that same outside threat.
Yeah, well, they shot the ball pretty well from the outside in their last game, but Florida State's one of those teams, Chipper. They're long, they're athletic, and they really guard the 3-point line awfully well, and they could rebound with Michigan. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup. This should be it has all the makings of a game that goes down to the wire. And it wouldn't shock me at all if the winner of this game actually goes all the way. But we'll see. I think, like you said, Chip, I have a little hesitancy with Michigan because, like I alluded to before, their leading scorer being out, I think this is where it finally catches up to them. Yeah. The other game that we're not using, Chipper, is Oregon and USC, a battle at Pac-12 teams. How about the Pac-12, Chip? 4 teams in the Sweet 16, all the accolades to the Big 10, the Big 12, and here we have it. We have the Big 10 with 1 team left, Michigan, Big 12 with 1 team left, Baylor, both number 1 seeds, and everybody else out in the Pac-12 sneaks up on everybody, and they got 4 teams left. Now, this will be the 3rd meeting of the season between these 2 teams. They split. The home team won on each occasion. Real tough call for me. USC right now, Chipper, is a 2-point favorite, and the total is 138.5.
Boy, this is a tough one. And, I had USC in their last time out, and they just pounded Kansas, that 85-51 game. I mean, that's I'm hanging my hat on that one for sure.
That was a great call.
How did they respond? How did they respond after that, winning that kind of a game? And very meager line here, 2 points. This one is a toss-up. I'll tell you the truth. And if I was to bet the favorite, I would bet it on the money line. And I really don't know where I'm going to go with it, Ross. That's still a Sunday play for me, and I got enough to sweat about tomorrow.
USC, I think what gets lost is how good they are defensively, So in Oregon, you mentioned it on one of our shows last week, how well they've played down the stretch. They've been red hot coming down the stretch. Shockingly, they lost early in the NCAA tournament, the Pac-12 tournament. I believe they lost to Oregon State, if I'm not mistaken. Oregon State, a team that will be playing, and Chipper is going to have a pick on that game. By the way, Chip, to you with this Oregon State and Loyola game.
Well, that's Saturday, bud. We did that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oregon State, Creighton and Gonzaga.
Creighton Gonzaga.
By the way, Loyola and Oregon State, Chipper's pick on that game, and you're going to view it after. He had Loyola. So
yeah, I did.
It's going to be a winner by the time you view this. So anyway, go ahead, Chip.
Hopefully we can't change it now. There's nothing we can do about that. Yeah. Creighton has had their ups and downs. They've had their issues this year. Coach McDermott made some kind of insensitive racial comment, and then he said the team's hungry to play. And I was wondering if he meant they were hungry like being on an African plane and hungry like a wolf. But shooting only 65% from the free throw line on the year. It's very difficult for me to back the Blue Jays. But here's the point, and for me, is that I've been saying all along that Gonzaga has to face the competition, and now we're at the Sweet 16. They'll be facing it. There's no doubt in my mind they're the best team in the country, and I think the path has been already paved for them to the finals, at least with all those upsets so early. I mean, Illinois going down and a few of the other major players. But I think this is supposed to play close. I think that this Creighton team overcoming their issues, they're only 3-12-2 in their last 17 NCAA playoff games. That's 3 covers in 17 games, Ross. How do you back a team like that? But Gonzaga hasn't been all that much better. They're 5-11-1 after a point spread win. But, we have to consider, Ross, that they're playing a lot of adults during the season. How emotionally ready were they ready to play back to back? And maybe that's why I sort of like the Blue Jays here, is because they don't play the teams back to back, the stronger teams. So we'll see starting on Sunday what happens here. I'm going to take a shot with the Creighton Blue Jays, hoping they get in under the number, large number, big number for this time of the tournament. I mean, really, we've mentioned a couple of them already, and double-digit favorites in the Sweet 16. There had to be some upsets early.
Yeah, usually when you have a double-digit favorite in a Sweet 16, they're playing a double-digit seed. That's not the case here. That's how dominant Gonzaga's been all year long. In defense of this Creighton team, Chipper, if I could add this in, they've never made it to the Sweet 16. This is the first time ever, believe it or not. This is the first time this program has made it to the Sweet 16. So when you think about that for a second, it goes hand in hand with that terrible ATS record you just said. So maybe finally getting over the hump. To me, this is a lot of points. I tell you, Creighton, they share the ball so good. They shoot the ball so well, Chipper. And another one of these teams, they look so great at times, and then they'll lose to somebody they should blow out.
Yeah, I'm hoping that after what happened with the coach and the issues and the meetings that they've had, they've actually come together in their last couple of games. And I'm hoping it rolls over into this contest. And that was pretty much one of the things that I was thinking about when I was making this decision was how they've come back together and rallied around the coach who they had issues with. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like I said, it's a heavy number, and Chipper likes Creighton plus the 13 over overall number one seed in the tournament, Gonzaga. I'm going to be looking at the Alabama game, and they're going to be taking on UCLA, two storied programs. And Alabama currently right now, Chipper's a 6.5-point favorite. UCLA has had a nice run, 3-0 straight up in ATS in the tournament. I'm not sure. I won't go out on a limb on this, but I don't think a team that comes from the play-in game has ever advanced beyond the Sweet 16. So something to consider. Alabama, man, oh man. This is a team right now that I think they have a chip on their shoulder. They think they haven't received the accolades they should. They shoot the ball tremendous. I love the head coach, Nate Oakes. I just think UCLA runs out of gas here, Chipper. I think Alabama, too much athleticism, too good of shooting from the outside, the three-point shot. I think they made 14 of them in their last game. That three-point shot, you can go from being a tie game to down 12 in a matter of a minute and a half with them. So I really like Alabama in this spot. They come in on an 8-game win streak, Chipper, and they're 5-1 against the number in their last 6 is a favorite of 10.5 or less. I'm going with Alabama here, minus 6.5 over the UCLA Bruins on Sunday in the Sweet 16. Any final thoughts, Chip?
Well, I'm just telling you that these games are so different than what we've had in the past. I mean, when we're seeing teams like Oral Roberts in there, one team advancing because of the virus and things along those lines, it's really been helter-skelter in my mind. And starting on Saturdays and ending on Tuesdays, it doesn't have the same feel to me. It really doesn't.
No, and to your point, I mean, you have a team like Oregon State, who was a number 12 seed, a team like Syracuse, a number 11 seed, a team like Oral Roberts, a number 15 seed, still alive in the Sweet 16. So I don't recall the last time we've had 3 double-digit seeds still alive in the Sweet 16. And you're right. This whole reorchestrating the schedule in which they play, we're used to what Chipper's alluding to is customarily on an annual basis. The Sweet 16 starts on Thursday and Friday, and then the regional finals on Saturday and Sunday. Well, from my standpoint, it gives me an extra couple days to look at things. So that's a positive. Anyway, Chip, final thoughts on telling the people where they can find you, how they can reach you, and a quick recap of how you've been doing of late.
Well, it's my time of the year, and I've been pleased to say to my last 7 NCAA and NIT releases combined, I've won 7-0 over a 5-day period, going 4-1 with my top plays. So I'm really looking forward to a Saturday and Sunday. The games are posted; they're up right now. So log on, follow the buy links, become an A-play winner with Chip Wins.
And you can find me at rbwins.com. It's there where you pay a little to make a lot. And how good have I been doing lately? The second round of the NCAA tournament, I went 5-1. And my NBA picks, I've gone 36-23 with my last 59. That's good for 61%. I'm currently ranked number 8 by Sports Capping in the NBA out of 60 handicappers that are being monitored. And also, my college basketball 10-star top plays. Folks, I only give out one of those a day. Sometimes I don't give any out. But my point being, since 17, 75-46 with my last 121 college basketball 10-star top plays. That's good for 62%. And that's a huge sample size and a great winning percentage. rbwins.com is where you can find me. You can call me direct, 781-571-0299, 781-571-0299. I accept all major credit cards. You'll deal with me and me only. I don't employ any salespeople, so feel free to call me if you want to purchase by phone. Otherwise, you can go right to my website. Chipper, until the next time, for Chip Chirimbes and Ross Benjamin, I'd like to wish each and every one of you all the very best, and we'll be back for the Final Four next week. Take care, folks.